Let's get her handcuffed.
Sir.
No.
Stop
resisting. Stop. Get that handcuffed.
No, sir, no, you cannot leave. You cannot. No, this is
putting him back.
Thank you.
I'm putting him back.
This is what I'm talking about with the family.
Leftover women are being arrested. Unfortunately, this is a situation we're seeing more and more of. In this case, we have a young woman. She's actually a college professor, appears to be a millennial, and she is being arrested for disorderly disturbance where she threw hands with her father. She messed around and found out. Today's video actually comes from an incredible channel that I've been checking out a lot recently called Crime on Body Cam. I'm going to link you to their channel so you can check them out in the description. And let's just go ahead and jump right into the video now.
April 12th, 2024. Officers were called when a woman got into a verbal argument with her father, which led to her attacking him. Here's her explanation of why things got out of hand.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to speak with them.
Well, I have to speak with both of you, unfortunately. But I'll speak to you first.
He assaulted me.
Okay, mind if we go inside and
No,
talk?
no.
I can see?
No, I don't feel comfortable with that, especially with a bunch of men at this point.
Okay, can you tell me what's going on?
I woke up this morning. My family has a pattern, and it's on file with the police, of provoking me in order to cause trouble of this nature. This morning, I woke up. My mother was stressing me out, and he didn't want me to be doing something and physically assaulted me.
Okay, how did he physically assault you?
He grabbed me.
How did he grab you?
I actually can't remember, but I had to act in self-defense.
Okay. Can you describe it, please?
Like I said, he just physically grabbed me.
Okay, how did he physically grab you?
He usually grabs my arms. He's done this before.
Oh, that's what I'd be able to see.
Okay.
Hey, just stop real quick.
Nah, he assaulted me, and I'm actually
Okay, so
in a
that's why-
bathrobe right now.
Injuries?
Huh?
Do you have any injuries?
He pushed me back, so I hit my head against the table.
Okay.
Okay, can you come over here and then we'll keep
Let's
you away
step
from him?
No, because I don't want to leave the threshold of the house.
Well, they can't kick you out because you live
No,
here.
because they threatened me with, this is not happening.
We can go
No, I'm sorry. They threatened me with eviction, and I have a documented, They threatened me with eviction, and I was in Australia traveling with a lot of havoc going on, and if something were going to go wrong, it would have gone wrong already.
Okay.
Now, what's very intriguing about the situation is she doesn't want to allow them to come inside of the house. She says that it's because they're a group of men and she has an issue with men. These are police officers. I've pointed out this before, that women operate as agents of the state. Their job is to reallocate wealth and resources from men to the state. However, there are different levels to this. Police officers operate as enforcers. They rank above a normal agent of the state. This means that women have to automatically comply with the demands of a police officer within reason. And unfortunately, you see just how entitled these behaviors are, where she can say, well, no, you're a group of men and I don't feel comfortable, so I'm just not going to listen to you. That's not how it works. If a police officer says something, they legally have the right to detain you, to arrest you, and it will be their word against yours. Hence, you want to be on your very best behavior. But as a result of how society has treated women and has told them that they could do no wrong and they will face no consequences for anything that they say or do in society, they believe that even that when they're dealing with any man, including police officers, including law enforcement, they rank above them, they are above the law, and as a result of that, they can say whatever they want, do whatever they want, and there will ultimately be no consequences. You know, this women's empowerment was supposed to be about women gaining access to equal opportunities. But what it has ultimately done is it's given women special privileges, men special punishments. And as a result of this, women now believe that they are above the law and that they can say or do anything, even in the face of law enforcement, which just is not the case. So in this situation, this woman, she basically messed around. And then ultimately, as we say, she found out that she was not above the law and that there are serious consequences. We're going to jump forward a little bit, and then you're going to see what ends up happening when she does not comply.
Hi.
Come here. Hey, stop. Hey, come here. Let's cuff her. Let's cuff her. Let's get her handcuffs.
Sir.
Let's get her handcuffs.
Sir.
Stop resisting. Stop. Get that handcuff.
No.
Hey.
Excuse me. Okay,
We're just cuffing you right now
You said
to
I
talk to you.
stopped.
I needed to talk to you. You kept throwing stuff and breaking stuff.
Except the problem is that they are going to convince you to take me away.
Okay. Like I said, all I wanted to do was talk to you.
I'm gonna double lock these so you don't tighten up, okay? You understand this?
Sir.
We need to get your statement, okay?
Alright, then I will be let go.
I need to talk to you
Then I
first.
will be let go.
You're not providing a statement.
Okay, fine.
Miss, hold on 1 second.
Fine. Okay, you want me to sit down?
Yeah. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read your Miranda rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him and her present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish.
Now, guys, think about this. She was complaining that her parents were going to evict her and she was not going to have a place to live while she was traveling in Australia. Yeah, that sounds really expensive. So a lot of modern day women, they are living with their parents or they're living off Sims and they're passing on the buck to someone else. This is why I say that a lot of women today, if they don't go on a date with a guy for, in the evening or even sometime during the day, a lot of times they may not eat for that day because they don't have money to purchase food in this and it is very high inflation. A lot of these women have maxed out credit cards. One of the first things a man should ask a woman is, in today's day and age, if you're actually going to get into a relationship with a woman in Western society, what's your credit score? And just watch how quickly they become extremely defensive. All right. You may get a variety of answers like, I don't know, to that's none of your business. It's none of my business what your credit score is, and you want to be in a relationship with me? Like, I think that people should walk around with their credit score right on top of their foreheads. I'm just being real. By the way, guys, before we continue, if you're enjoying the content, maybe consider checking out my newsletter. You will get my personal thoughts and insights. It's linked in the description of the video, so you can go check that out, subscribe to it. And also, guys, join the Angry Guy community on Locals for exclusive content, or if you just want to support the channel. There's a link to it in the description of the video, and you can visit it by going to angrygalaxy.com. Leftover women are being arrested. These are women who chose not to opt out of the family unit, not get married, not have children, and now they're ending up in situations where they're stuck with their parents, but they want to live however they choose to live. They have extremely bad attitudes, and now this is what ends up happening. And I've said this before, a lot of women are not going to be able to continue living like this. You're going to have, especially as the economy gets worse, they're going to be facing a significant amount of homelessness. Okay. And, the same parents that raised them are going to say, well, yeah, we can't do it anymore. We're not going to subsidize you anymore. Your behavior is too toxic. You're going to have to figure it out for yourself. And they're going to cut the cord. And of course, these women, a lot of modern women have no financial literacy, so they're not going to know how to survive, what to do, where to go when things go wrong. Instead, they're going to basically shift the blame to men. But guess what? You can blame men all you want, because while you're blaming men, you're also looking for a traditional man to come and subsidize your living, which is kind of like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
I understand each of these rights I've explained to you.
I would like to speak with my lawyer.
Okay. Well, right now, can you talk to him?
Yeah.
He's got stuff on his face. I need to, yes or no?
Yes.
All right. You are currently under arrest
For what?
for domestic battery.
No, he assaulted me, sir.
651 female knife.
Sir, he
All right,
assaulted
we're going to
me.
talk.
Let's get it.
No.
Yeah. So, I mean, you basically have them and they'll say anything. They'll try to defend their bad behavior. But again, you cannot, you're dealing with an enforcer. These are enforcers of the law. So they rank above you, and they can basically arrest you, and they have the ultimate say in what happens. And their body cam is on, so it's going to be their word against hers, and usually their word wins. In this situation, my guess is that she will not end up facing serious charges, something like, and it'll probably be reduced. She likely will not see a day in jail. But the fact of the matter is that she is still going to be arrested. She's still being arrested. She's still going to jail. She may even spend the night in jail. And, a lot of women today also, they're struggling so much financially. Many of them don't even have bail money. And unless they can get their parents to bail them out or a simp to bail them out, they're not, it's just not going to happen for them.
Everything's going to be audio and video recorded in the squad.
Fantastic.
And then just push those two buttons up there to get the... Thank you. Take 2 steps. Take 2 steps. Thank you. Do you have a phone?
Yes, I do.
Where's your phone?
It's in my pocket.
Where is it? In here?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a wallet?
Yeah, I have the bag, and I prefer everything to stay together in the bag.
I'm going to check this bag really quick.
They're treating her a lot nicer than a lot of guys would get treated, that's for sure. Women have made some pretty rough choices, and now the consequences are there for them, and they're going to have to deal with said consequences. She gets arrested, and it's funny because where does she end up? She ends up in jail. And we often say, this is what ends up happening. This is where the streets end up taking you.
Here's Miranda.
I'm gonna have to take this stuff off you anyway, so we'll go on a property guide. Okay.
She was Miranda, so just be careful with questioning.
And
She said she wanted to speak to a lawyer.
would you mind pushing my glasses up on my nose?
Just read Miranda.
Huh?
Just read Miranda as if she wants to talk to you.
Well, we can just tell her you understand you're still under Miranda.
We're gonna go that way?
Yeah, this is not by my doing. I was caught by multiple officers. So that takes a lot.
Alright, have you face this wall here to your left?
Yep, right here. Yep.
I guess I just gotta pet you down real quick, okay?
Sure.
Nothing on you, shouldn't have anything?
All she had in her bag was like pacifiers and some keys.
May I make a statement about the keys, the items in my bag?
I'm gonna unclip this, okay?
That's fine. I absolutely need these out of the hands of my family. They cannot go back to my...
They're going with you, okay?
Wonderful, thank you. Can I please see what's in the bag right now?
So what's going to happen is she's going to write down everything that you came in with, and then you're going to be able to review it to make sure that that's correct.
Sir, may I see that? I've actually had this procedure done. Is she going to do it in front of me, basically?
Yes, I will.
Perfect,
Okay.
thanks.
Alright, can you, hold on. Can you slip out of your shoes?
I have a ring. I'll keep wearing it for the time being.
Okay, just follow my instructions, okay?
Great.
Can you slip out of your shoes?
Yep.
Just gonna kick them over here.
Is she going to be able to put those back on?
Yeah, just search them real quick. Okay, let me know.
What about like the gown, or is there like anything that she can put on over it?
Do we have the suits? Alright, so I'm gonna have to give you a red jumpsuit since you don't have pants on.
That's fine.
Okay.
And there's nothing in these.
What?
There's nothing in
Okay.
these, so she's cool to wear.
Alright. So I'm gonna take these handcuffs off of you. As soon as I do, you're gonna place your hand on the wall in front of you, okay?
Okay, both of them?
Yeah, one at a time.
Great.
Just place your hand on the wall.
Those are reeds.
Just keep your hand on the wall for me. Alright, do me a favor, kick your foot up like you're gonna hit yourself in the butt. Alright, same with the other one?
Make sure there's a ring.
Okay, you can turn around, face me. And then your ring has to come off the way back here. You just pop it in there.
Alright, I am retaining water. Thanks.
Okay, any jewelry on or anything?
That should be it, just
No
no earrings or
pieces.
anything.
Okay. And open your mouth for me. Lift your tongue up. Up. Lift it up. To the roof of your mouth. Okay. Alright, you can toss your sandals on. And then, like I said, I'm going to give you one of those jumpsuits, okay?
Perfect.
So you don't have to walk around the room.
I'm sorry, but okay. Is the arresting officer can somebody else be carrying the bag? I'm not. Thank you.
Okay.
She was charged with domestic battery and resisting an officer. Do you think she should have just been conscious of what she did to her father and dealt with the consequences? Let us know in the comment section below and like and subscribe.
I mean, guys, this is it. You mess around, you find out. And to be honest, had she just complied, followed, kept her mouth shut, she may not have ended up in this situation. You see, what ends up happening with women in Western society is they believe that they are above the law, that they are the law, and that they can say and do whatever they want to do. But, you know, when they are in custody, it's the first time in their lives, most of the time, that they realize that they are not entirely in control. Okay, they can be controlled. You know, those so-called rights that they have are just privileges that can be taken away at any time. They have special privileges, while men get special punishments. But guess what? Those special privileges can be taken away by agents, by the enforcers, by officers of the law. You know, and this is the thing, like, you know, this is the thing about parents. If you don't raise your children right, if you don't discipline your kids, then society will eventually discipline your kids. You know, it's the honest to goodness truth. And especially with Gen Z, that's going to be something that everyone witnesses very soon, where Gen Z is going to face a lot of hardships in society because they don't know how to act. There's one lady who I played her video at Gen Xer, and she's basically said she was pissed off. She was fuming. And she said in the comments, like, they're not going to change. You know, Gen X is just going to have to go and deal with them. And she's 100% right. They are not going to change. They don't have the capacity for change. They are not emotionally developed. They are not cognitively developed. Gen Zers are committing credit card fraud. All right. Almost 50% of Gen Zers were surveyed. So these are just the ones who admitted to doing it. And they admitted that they were ordering things and then calling the credit card company and saying that they never received these items. They call it friendly fraud. And only 22% of millennials admitted to doing this, which is extreme, which is high in and of itself. But it was still much lower compared to almost 50% of Gen Zers. Over 40% of Gen Zers admitted to doing this. So, and then you have to remember that, like, there are the other ones who are, like, smart enough not to admit it. But many Gen Zers are very proud to admit the crimes that they're committing because they don't care. They 100% do not give a damn. They have never learned consequences. And they're going to face such extraordinary hardships. I keep saying, leave Gen X alone. Leave Gen X alone. Let me tell you something. Not all Gen Xers are nice people. Not all Gen Xers are wonderful people. There are a lot of jerks in Gen X, all right? Some really nasty trolls in Gen X. Like Shaq. Shaq is like, everyone's loves Shaq, right? I saw a podcast where Shaq said he was a bully. A lot of people today are Gen X who people like and get along well in society. These were bullies. Gen X was the generation where they got bullied and then they went on and bullied someone else. Gen Xers were the generation where they took some kids' lunch money and then another bully came and took that money from them and their lunch money. And that's just how it was. And then when that same bully went home, then his father and his parents started bullying him. It was like a cycle. Okay? And these are the people that you want to mess with? You've got to be kidding me. Like, I've talked about this already once in a video where I said Gen X, these people used to party in graveyards. This was like a theme with Gen Xers. Like, watch a lot of Gen X movies from the 80s, and there's a theme. Gen Xers chilling in the graveyards, drinking beer in the graveyards. To us, like in modern day society, oh my gosh, it looks so creepy. To Gen X, they just wanted their peace and wanted to be left alone. Even back then, they'd go to the graveyard and hang out in the graveyard, drink in the graveyard, kick over graves, just relax. They'd fall asleep in the graveyard. They would get laid in the graveyard, make out in the graveyard. During the 90s, you had like this all that OC crap, like, oh my gosh, in early 2000s, it's the OC, we're going to the beach, it's the end of senior year, man. This is good. We have the rest of our lives to look forward to. Do you know what Gen X was doing and they would go to the beach and have these celebrations, and it was like, all these pretty people. You know what Gen X was doing back in the 80s? They were in the graveyard at the end of senior year, all right? Causing problems, okay? Getting drunk in the graveyard. That's how these people celebrated. They had Marilyn, they had Ozzy Osbourne, and all of the Black Sabbath, and all of these other people, Kurt Cobain. These are the people, and so many others that inspired Gen X. Oh my God. And these are the people that you want to mess around with? The reason why Gen X gave their children such comfortable lives ultimately, and were so protective and validated their emotions and feelings more than they should, and told them that your emotions matter, is because of the lives that they lived, where their childhoods, none of their emotions and feelings were never validated. All right? Our parents bullied us. I'm a Zennial. Our parents bullied us, and we just had to take it and keep it moving. We were like, Gen Z will never know what it's like to be told to go outside and don't come back in until the lights come on, until the sun goes down. Like being forced to leave the house, being put out, or coming home from school and there's no one there at like 6, being home alone at 5. I'm telling you, I remember wetting myself at school at 5 years old. Father came to the school and told me, listen, I got to go back to work. You got a couple of choices. I could take you home or I can leave you here. I'm like, did you bring me a change of underwear? I didn't bring you anything. And dude I didn't even live far away. I didn't even live far away from the school. All right. He could have went back, got me a change of clothes, got me a change of underwear, and brought it to me. He said he's not doing it. And he just looked at me like, you're screwed, man. You're screwed. This is how I was 5 years old in kindergarten. Like, they taught us at an early age that the world doesn't give a crap about you, and neither do we. And there's so many Gen Xers that are like, bro, you had it good. At least he showed up. At least he offered to take you home. I've heard stories where Gen Xers have said, like, they broke an arm, and when they called their mother responded like, that arm better, if I come and get you, that arm better be broken. Holy cow. Holy cow. I remember when I broke I broke a leg, broke my leg once. My mother could care less. Basically, I was screaming and hollering in extreme pain for months. Could care less. All right. I had to beg for doctor visits. All right. They took us to the doctor when they felt like it, not when we were in actual pain. You have doctor money? You have doctor money, bro? Come on, bro. Yeah, guys. Those people are not going to have it easy. They're not going to have it easy. Leftover women are being arrested. Basically, what's happening here is they didn't learn how to control themselves. They thought that they would always be able to escape accountability and consequences. And now they're messing around and finding out what reality actually is like. What do you guys think regarding everything you saw here today? And do you agree that we're going to see these are just examples of things to come? I've talked about the Grave V collapse that'll be coming within the 2020s. I believe that was going to happen around 2020, but we know what happened in 2020. Everything kind of, the world was not open for business, but things are pretty much getting back on track now. Women are out and about, and with hyperinflation and everything else, and the SIP economy moving overseas, and men having their moment going into their soft guy era, realizing that dates are scams. There are literally ads on YouTube now where people are making fun of the entire date thing, where women are using men for food. Like, there's an ad where a woman is like trying to bum food off a man, and she's like, aren't you gonna buy me food? Like, aren't you gonna pay for my meal? Blah blah blah. And then they pan out and they show she's not even sitting at the same table as the guy. Like, that's how bad it is, right? It's this whole thing where taking a woman out for food, it's a scam, and men are waking up. So with all of this happening, I called it the Great V collapse, and it's coming. And we're going to see within the 2020s, just women are going to be in really bad shape because of the massive financial constraints coming, jobs being replaced with AI. But for men, the average man can live happily in a shoebox at the side of the road. I just got an email from one guy, and he just wanted to let me know that he's balling on a budget. And I get these emails. From these guys. I get these emails from wealthy guys all the time. And I tell you, these guys are living far below their means. Far below their means. This is how these guys live. So that they say, stop giving away our secrets. Sometimes I deal with some of you guys and I get pissed off because I'm like, you know what? It's a waste of my time to talk to some people who are like angry. That's BS. If you're a millionaire, you're gonna have fancy cars, and you're gonna have fancy cars, and you're gonna have big houses. You're gonna be living like a rock star. No one who's rich is gonna live like a brokey. My gosh. You see, that's the thing. That's what separates rich from wealthy. Rich can be temporary. Wealthy is often indefinite because they build wealth, and many times generational wealth. Okay, so they don't just have to keep making money. They know how to manage money. So as a result, they will always have money. The behavior of the wealthy is completely different than the behavior of those who are simply rich. Because those who are rich can be poor again tomorrow. Those who are wealthy, well, they are wealthy indefinitely. Because they have diversified and they've learned how to manage money in such a way that they will always have money and resources during the good times as well as the bad. Let me know what you guys think regarding everything we discussed, regarding the leftover woman crisis right now that's spreading. Women who opted out of motherhood or opted out of the family unit, and now they're struggling. This woman, it sounds like she had a kid. There was like pacifiers in the bag, so we didn't see her kid, but evidently she probably had Chad's baby running around somewhere. Her parents are probably taking care of it. But let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video, and just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away. And cheers.